Today's topic for discussion is general characters of pteridophytes. Let us see all the details. The pteridophytes are generally called as vascular cryptogams. They are the most primitive plants on the earth, and the pteridophytes is having vascular tissue, that is xylem and phloem. These vascular tissue that help in conduction of the food and water. They are non-flowering plants, but they produce spores. According to their characters, they occupy a position between bryophytes and spermatophytes. The spermatophytes means seed producing plants. Pteridophytes have a long geological history. They are known about 350 million years back. So they also include many fossils which have been obtained from rock strata belonging to Silurian and Devonian periods of the Paleozoic era. Some fossil vascular plants are Rhynia, Hornia, etc. The most primitive living vascular plants which are included in Pteridophyta are Selaginella, Lycopodium, Equisetum, etc. The living representatives form a small group. Most of them are terrestrial in habit. They grow on land and usually grow in cool and shady places. Some are xerophytes like Selaginella rupestris. It is a xerophytic plant. Many members are aquatic, even they grow in water. For example, Marsillia, Salvinia, Azolla, these are the pteridophytic plants which grow in water. And the main plant body is sporophyte. It is a dominating phase in life cycle. And the plant body is differentiated into root, stem and leaves. The true root is soon replaced by adventitious root. The stem may be aerial, example Lycopodium, or it may form a rhizome. Rhizome type of stem occurs in Dryopteris type of, it is a plant of pteridophyte. Or it may be erect or partly rhizomatous. Example is Equisetum. Or it may be corn-like stem. That example is Isoetes. It is the name of the plant. In some pteridophytes, leaves are absent. Leaves are absent in Psilotum. Psilotum, it is a plant. The leaves of many plants are of two types on the basis of size. The leaves are small in size, which are called microphyllous. Example Selaginella, Lycopodium. Small leaves occur in these two plants. The leaves of large size are known as megaphylls, or these are also known as macrophylls. Macrophylls, large sized leaves. Large sized leaves occur in Adiantum type of pteridophytic plant. Adiantum, it is a pteridophytic plant. On the basis of function, the leaves may be of two types, that is foliage leaves. Next slide. That is foliage leaves which are green and perform the function of photosynthesis, and second type of leaves, that is sporophylls, which produce sporangia, that is they take part in reproduction. Let us see vascular system in pteridophytes. Vascular system in pteridophytes is well developed. The vascular tissues are situated in central region of the root, stem and leaf. They are called stele. The stele mainly consists of xylem and phloem. There are different types of steles occur in pteridophytic plant. Number 1, protostele. This is the primitive type of stele and it considered as the most simple one. In this type of stele, the xylem and phloem form a solid central column without any pith. Pith is absent. Example is Selaginella. The types of protosteles are haplostele. Haplostele, it is a type of protostele. It is the simplest type of stele. In this type, the xylem forms a circular solid central core surrounded by phloem. Example is Selaginella. Actinostele. In this type, the xylem forms a star-shaped structure and phloem is present with its rays in alternate manner. This type of actinostele occurs in Lycopodium serratum. Next type of stele which occurs in pteridophyte, that is plectostele. It is comparatively a advanced type of stele in which xylem and phloem are found in the form of parallel bands alternating with each other. Example is this type of stele occurs in Lycopodium clavatum. Another type of stele, that is mixed protostele. In this type, xylem is situated in the region of phloem in the form of irregular groups, so it is called mixed protostele. Next, syphnostele. In this type, pith is situated at the center. Xylem occurs around the pith and phloem lies on both sides of it. Let us see simple syphnostele. The simple syphnostele, it is also known as cladophonic syphnostele. In this type, the central region of the stele consists of parenchymatous pith and the leaf gaps are not found. This type of syphnostele is also known as medullated protostele or cladophoic syphnostele. Let us see solenostele. Solenostele which have leaf gaps and branch gap are called solenosteles. They are also known as phyllosiphonic steles. These are three types of solenosteles. There are three types of solenostele, that is amphiploic solenostele, syphnostele. When phloem is present both on the outer and inner side of xylem, it is called amphiploic syphnostele. Such type of stele occurs in Adiantum and Marsillia. Next, ectoploic syphnostele. When phloem is situated only external to the xylem, it is called ectoploic syphnostele. Example is equisetum. Polycyclic syphnostele. In this type, there are more than one concentric ring of vascular tissue. Another type of stele which occur in pteridophyte is dictyostele. This is a much advanced type of stele. In this type, the stele is divided into many vascular strands due to numerous leaf gaps. The leaf gaps are caused by leaf stresses. Each separate vascular strand is called meristele. Such type of dictyostele occurs in Adiantum, Ophioglossum, Pteris, Dryopteris, etc. Let us see another characteristic feature of pteridophytes, that is leaf stresses and leaf gaps. There is a vascular connection between the stele of the stem and leaf. At the node, a strand of vascular tissue passes out through the cortex and enters the leaf. In this way, vascular systems of both stem and leaves are connected to each other. This strand of vascular tissue is called leaf trace. The leaf trace forms small openings or break when it leaves vascular tissue of the stem. It is called leaf gap. Let us see something about the life cycle of pteridophytes. The life cycle of pteridophytes is completed into two stages. The first stage is sporophytic stage and the second stage is gametophytic stage. This process is known as alternation of generations. Sporophyte, let us see the sporophytic stage of pteridophytes. It is the dominating phase. The sporophyte produces spores by asexual method. They are always developed inside a special organ called sporangia. These sporangia consist of leaf-like structures which are known as sporophylls. The sporangia are either solitary, which are closely associated with the sporophylls, or they are produced in groups known as sori. The sori may be naked or protected by shield-like covering which is called as indusium. This is the detail of sporophytic stage. In some pteridophytes, the sporophylls are arranged in compact aggregation. They are called strobili. Each sporangium is globular structure. Most of the genera of pteridophytes that bear one kind of sporangia, which are those plants are called homosporous plants, and some genera of pteridophytes they produce two types of spores. They are described as heterosporous plants. Let us see the gametophytic stage of the pteridophytic plant. The gametophyte generation of pteridophytes is not very prominent one. It is either a free living plant or nourished by through a mycorrhizal fungus. There are two types of gametophytes which occur in pteridophytic plants. That is monoecious gametophyte. It is developed from homospores. It produces both male and female sex organs. It is commonly called as prothallus or gametophyte. It is like a thallus, self-nourishing and multicellular body. Let us see dioecious gametophyte. These gametophytes are developed from heterospores, that is different kinds of spores. The smaller microspores form a male gametophyte and large megaspores germinate into female gametophyte. This dioecious gametophyte occur in Selaginella. Okay. And the prothallus, it is also known as gametophyte. The gametophyte produces sex organs or the gametes, and the two types of gametes are produced, the male gamete which is known as antheridium and the female gamete which is known as archegonium. Antheridia are the male sex organs and archegonia, these are the female sex organs. And after fertilization, zygote is developed into a young sporophyte. These are the characteristic features of pteridophytic plants. Next slide. These are the plants. The green colored photograph, it is the xylotum, and pink colored photograph, it is a lycopodium, and blue colored photograph, it is a Selaginella plant. These are the different plants of pteridophytes. And this pink colored flower plant, it is a photograph, it is a equisetum plant, and to the right side green colored photograph, it is a Marsillia plant. Both are pteridophytic plants.